Okay, we have 18 grams. As you can see, 18, between 18 and 18.1 is kind of fluctuating there. This is the Lavazza Oro. We'll grind this one first, check retention and all that good stuff. So I am going to be grind size 16 for this one. Okay, I have it set, grind size 16. Our first go at it, it was grind size 15 and it was almost right. So I just want to speed it up just a little bit. So grind size 16 for the Oro. All right, let's take a look. Okay, we got the same exact thing, 18.1. Let's fluff it up. Okay, I didn't show I want to kind of move fast through this. You know what? I just recorded a clip. But the clip is going to be used on the first video. So today I haven't even said hello. I didn't show you the, wow, okay. Okay, I'm not sure how I'm gonna deal with, if I'm gonna include that clip in the first video, second video, both videos, I don't know. Let's just move on. Let's move on. But I'll say hello again. Hello everyone, and welcome back to our little coffee club. Okay, so this is the Oro. I will put it here and we'll dose out 18 grams of the Lavazza Rossa into this one. You know, right now in the kitchen, it smells like that traditional kind of like coffee shop smell, you know, like, I think it's lovely. You know, and most of what I drink is light roast, and most of what I drink are filter coffee pour overs. But, you know, I like all forms, man. I really do. I love my dark roast, my milk drinks, you know. Okay, so we have 18.1 also of this one. And this one is going to be grind size 17. So almost the same. But on last week's video, you should have seen me dial this in. I had to pull 2 shots. And I think today's the third one. I think today it's going to be right at grind size 17, which is a little bit slower than my second shot, but a bit faster than my first shot. I think this will get me there. Grind size 17. And grind size 16 for the Oro. So almost very similar. The Oro, since I did 15, grind size 15 on my first shot, then, and all I need to do is speed it up just tiny bit, 16 should be fine for the Oro. So we'll see what happens today. But again, this is a video that you're probably gonna wanna watch both parts to it, you know, because if not, you're not gonna really understand everything. And even the way I began, I don't know. All right, yeah, you need to see last week's video to understand everything that's going on in today's brew session. But all right, here we go. I'll show you this one in the grind size 17. Today I have my beautiful Bialetti, how do you call it, Dolce Gabbana little mocha pot, which I only used once on my review video. It's just kind of for decoration. All right, let's see if we have our 18.1. There it is, exactly what we put in both times. We got the same exact thing out. Let me bring you back a little more right here. Lock my focus back in. Okay, we're moving at a good rate today. We're gonna have to pull 2 shots, and then maybe I'll make a milk drink at the end. But you know, one thing about the Oro, which is the other one, one thing about the Oro is that it's 100% Arabica. And the Lavazza Rossa is a blend of Arabica and Robusta. So that's one difference. Also, to me, it seems like the Oro is a little bit lighter roasted, but just slightly, just a small amount, but I think it is a lighter roast. That's my opinion. Both of them are gonna give you kind of a traditional kind of flavor profile, you know, your dark chocolate, caramel, burnt sugar, molasses, those kind of flavors, which is what I prefer for making in my mocha pot and what I prefer to make milk drinks. So, okay, we're ready to go. We have both coffees kind of ready. So if you notice, let me unlock the focus again. So I got the Oro next to the little gold and I got the Rosa next to the little red. So I don't think I'll get it confused. Sometimes I'm recording and talking and I could easily confuse things, but today I should be able to keep this straight and move forward. So let's do some puck prep. Let's see, I think I'm gonna have to pull the phone a little bit farther back to this angle. For the puck prep, I will focus right here. Hold on, let me see. Now let's try this. Okay, right here. So, you know, most of them, not most, like all of my coffee videos, I record all in one go and kind of like almost like live. You're seeing just I'm recording my brew session that I would be doing regardless whether I'm making a video or not. So this kind of thing where it's taking me a couple days just because I don't want to throw the coffee out. You know, it was a nice shot. Even from the get-go, it was fine. So I, you know, drank them, and I'm not gonna drink 4 coffees. You know, Simon is from the gentleman from Agni Coffee. Check out Agni Coffee Roasters. Remember, we have a discount code with Simon and Agni Coffee Roasters. It's Omnio15 at checkout. Gives you 15% off. So check out the website and see what he's got new on there. By the time this video posts, you know, he's probably has a bunch of new things. Simon is roasting pretty much every week and has a bunch of coffees. We have a bunch of samples to try from Simon, but you know, I needed my dark roast, and that's how I got caught up in this whole thing with the Lavazza, because this is what I use. Every morning I'll make a little bit of coffee to mix in with my morning latte, and I make it on the mocha pot, and I gotta have a dark roast for that, because I don't like light roast the mocha pot. No, it's not my thing. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do the Oro first. So I ended up getting the Oro because Nick, New Forest Explorer, it's another one of our family members here in our little coffee club, asked me that if I had tried the Oro, that I guess he thinks the Oro is better, although he didn't say that, but probably he suggested it because he thinks it's better, and maybe it is. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I'll tell you right now that from the look of it, I think the Oro is maybe a little bit higher quality. That's why it costs a little more. Not much, but there is a small difference between the price. I bought the coffees directly from Lavazza. Oh, something I forgot to talk about. I forgot all about this. But the coffee got lost in the mail. So I ordered it directly from them. They send it through Federal Express. Because we live in a gated community, you know, I guess they couldn't get in, or I don't know what happened. All I know is I never received it. I reached out to Lavazza. Then, you know, the very next day I had a response from them that they were looking into it to please verify my address. I responded to that. The very next day, they said, hey, it looks like your order got lost. We're sending you out another one. And in a few days, I had the order. So, I mean, these people really did a good job. You know, I can't complain. The shipping is, you know, reasonable cost. The coffee is at a great price. Yes, you're not gonna get the same kind of level, the same kind of quality, the same kind of experience like specialty coffee, but that's not what this is. This is your daily driver. If you like that classic roast profile, you know, like for example, for me, when I make coffee in the mocha pot, I rather this than specialty coffee. I don't like my specialty coffees for filter, for pour overs, for those straight shots that you want them very juicy with high acidity and all that kind of stuff. That's completely different than this. So it's completely different purpose. But I do have to say that my experience with Lavazza so far has been top notch. They really like did a good job with this whole thing of that it got lost, and they replaced it right away, no issues. Great customer service. All right, let's temp. You know, I wonder if you guys, when you see me tamping here on the show, do you like for the viewer, is it better to see like the kind of like spring loaded, the automatic kind of process, or you rather see like, you know, the manual tamping and all that? I wonder. I wonder about that. Like, I like to see both. I really do. All right, that's what we're looking like. Let's do the puck screen. I have to run it. I always remember to do this now, although like I always say, I don't think that this is a necessary step for a dual boiler machine. For some machines it is. If you have a heat exchange, maybe for some other ones, but for a dual boiler, I think that's a non-factor, but whatever's been, it's become part of the workflow. So, all right, let me set up the angles and we'll pull our first shot. Okay, so I should have all the cameras running and we're ready to pull the first shot. This is the Lavazza Oro. We are on the Time More Black Mirror Nano today. You see this one, I always use the automatic function. You're gonna see it flashing in a second. That is your automatic espresso function. It's gonna time your shot, weigh your shot, and stop everything at the end all by itself. All you have to do is concentrate on your machine, and I love using that. You know, however, the other bigger scale, if you watch last week's video and you see my intro to the video and the issue I ran into, well, it's not an issue, it's there's a long explanation in the first, again, this is one of those videos, man, you just gotta see both parts to it. You gotta see what happened last week. Yeah, I think that should be centered. Okay, so once it starts flashing again, the A starts flashing again, we are ready to begin. So let's go for it. This kind of shot should be about 30 seconds, maybe even a little bit less. I would say between 25 and 35. 30 seconds probably is the sweet spot for this. And again, there's no Slayer type shot, nothing like that. I just want like a slow ramp up, and it's an 8-bar shot. I don't even go to 9-bar with these dark roast coffees. I'm losing my voice here in the middle of the middle of the clip. So yeah, at around 9 seconds, the pressure starts coming in, and then I close down the paddle a little bit just so that it could ramp up slow. We're getting some drips. Okay, now let's keep it going. Let's take it all the way to 8 bars. Now we're at 8 bars, and we're already like 22 seconds into the shot. So I like getting 45 grams out. Oh, it looks like we definitely had some channeling. Yeah, we had some channeling. I got 46.1 in 27 seconds from first drip, 39 seconds overall. So I'm right there in the middle of where I needed to be. I'm right where I needed to be. This should be perfect. So I dialed it in exactly what I wanted. Now, could it be dialed in further and get a better taste? Perhaps, you know, this is what, my second shot with the Oro. So I mean, all right, let me stop all the, oh man, we had a lot of channeling. I'm gonna have to do a little cleaning up. That's unusual here. We usually don't get channeling, but all right, give me a second. All right, from the looks of the channeling we had, that was probably an ugly shot. What are we gonna do? But let's see about the taste. Okay, I think I nailed it. As far as the timing I was going for, it's right there. Just under 30 seconds from first drip, and just over. Again, remember, it takes about 9 seconds just to even build pressure. Okay, so here we go. Cheers. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about it because I will once we get going here. So what I'm gonna do is cover it up and put it on top of the Bianca so it could stay as warm as possible. So the temperature between the two shots, I guess, is as even as I can get it. Give me a second. Okay, so everything is cleaned up and we're ready to proceed here. This thing is back up to temperature. I have the coffee ready. And this is the Lavazza Rossa. Not sure if you guys noticed, but the water temperature on the Bianca is set at 85. And 85 is a number that, you know, seems to work for these darker roasted coffees. So I had an unusual amount of channeling, but I have noticed that, you know, your faster shots are a lot more likely to channel than when you do nice, those long Slayer shots that I like. Whenever I brew the lighter roasted coffees, I always go for those long Slayer shots, and those are not very likely to channel. However, these faster shots, well, they are a lot more likely to channel. All right, but regardless, here we go. A nice tamp, nice and level, little polish. All right. All right, excited to try it. Okay, that's how that looks. To the puck screen. Okay, there's no need to run it because I just ran it. I always run a long dummy shot, or either that or I use water from the hot water spout to get this thing back up to temperature. So everything's ready. Let's lock it in and we'll pull the second shot. Let me set up the angles. All right, so once again, I should have all the cameras running. Let's get the timer back up here. The timer with these kind of like more traditional kind of shots, I mean, it's pretty much bulletproof. It doesn't give you too many of those little glitches that it has when you go for the long Slayer shots, and sometimes the timer stops. So for these like normal kind of shots, shouldn't run into that. Okay, that should be centered, and the scale says it's ready. All the cameras seem to be going here. So, all right, let's do it. So same procedure. This one should end up with the same kind of timing. We'll see. And the same kind of process, just a slow ramp up to 8 bars. Let's see. Hopefully we get a cleaner shot here and we don't have a bunch of channeling again. Okay, it's going up to the 8 bars. Looking for 36 grams out. I'm sorry, 45. Okay, now this one I stopped it a little bit early, 43.8. Usually I get closer than that. But look at the timing, exactly 25 and 34, like right there, right in the middle of right where I need it to be. This should be perfect. So let me stop all the cameras and set back up on the chair so I can talk to you guys and finally review the 2 coffees, see which one I like better. All right, here we go. Finally getting to compare them. I'm glad I was able to dial it in exactly the way I want it. This is, I think, best case scenario for both of these coffees. On my right hand is the first shot. This is the one from the Oro. I'm glad it's still nice and hot. Here's the one for Lavazza Rossa. You know, they're both Italian kind of roast profile. They both kind of have that, you know, caramel, dark chocolate, burnt sugar flavors. Okay. There is a difference. It's not huge. The Oro has a little more fruitiness. I would stick to what I've been saying all along. This one is probably a little bit lighter roasted. There's a little fruitiness up front with this coffee. Sometimes with the Rosa, I've gotten a little bit of cherry, little kind of also little fruitiness, little cherry. But lately, the last time that I bought it and this time, I would say there's a little bit more nuttiness than the little fruitiness cherry. This one has it more. Perhaps the little cherries there, you know, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. A little bit more nutty than this one. The Lavazza Rossa is a little bit more nutty than the Oro. The Oro is a little bit fruitier. It tastes a little bit lighter roasted. Yeah, they both are similar. They both give you that traditional Italian roast profile. They both work for my mocha pot. However, I do have to say that the Lavazza Rossa, I liked it better on the mocha pot. I already tried them both on the mocha pot. And I'm going to say that the Lavazza Rossa, I liked it a little bit better for the mocha pot. Straight shots like this, yeah, maybe the Oro is better. I would say for drinking it just straight like this, espresso, perhaps the Oro, it's a little bit better. I can appreciate that little bit extra fruitiness. They're similar. You know, it's close to call. Get either one, you know, but the difference in price is not big. I think I paid $20 for the Lavazza Rossa, and that's 2 pounds. It's 2.2 pounds of coffee. It's a lot of coffee. 20 bucks. The Oro was 25. So a little bit more, you know, it's not a deal breaker. You know, maybe you could do the same comparison like me, or maybe you've tried them both and you can give your opinion. But yeah, that's what I got for you. They're both good for this. You know, if you like that traditional flavor, they're both gonna get you there. For the mocha pot, I preferred the Rosa a little bit. For drinking it like this, straight espresso, I prefer the Oro a little bit. But they're similar, it's close. That's what I have for you. Now I'm going to combine both of these, put it into my cortado glass, and we're gonna try doing some latte art, see what happens today. Funny enough, during the recording of these sessions, that it's gonna turn out to be, you know, the video you're watching today and last week's video, last Sunday's video. So check out last Sunday's video to get the whole picture of what happened here. But during the recordings, and the very first latte art that I did came out fantastic. But I didn't get it on film. I didn't record the actual making the latte art. I do show it after I did it, but because I saw how pretty it came out, I said, I gotta record at least one clip. But I didn't record that, you know. Then the time I tried to record it the second time, that one didn't turn out good at all. It was horrible. So we'll see what happens today. Let's try doing some latte art, and then I'll let you guys go after that. All right, let me show you guys. Again, not a good effort at all. I think mainly I was holding the glass wrong, like totally wrong. And so, which is the same thing that happened the last time. I think I learned that much from today's pour, that I was holding the glass wrong for sure. So anyway, here you see it. It's horrible, but let's let's try it. I'm gonna taste it and then I'm gonna let you guys go. All right, let's set up right here and taste the beautiful cortado, although not with the beautiful latte art. It tastes perfect, exactly what I like. You know, you get that like dark chocolate, like caramel kind of flavors with the milk. This is like, man, this is great, you know? Like honestly, with milk drinks, I don't really need that acidity. I've had some, very few times that I've used like a lighter coffee that gives you a little bit of acidity, and it's been nice with this kind of thing. But for the most part, I prefer this. Not a great effort with the latte art, but maybe it's gonna make it all the way to the bottom. Sometimes it does. I mean, I have a little heart there, but wow, that's really, that was a really rookie effort. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go here. This video should already be way long, so thank you guys for watching. Again, if you want a full picture of this brew session and what this was like, how do you call it? Dialing in the 2 coffees that I just received. You know, it didn't take long. I nailed it today. I nailed it. And for the Oro, that was only my 2nd shot. For the Rosa, that was only my 3rd shot. So dialed them in really quickly. Again, you know, if you are new to the espresso game and you want a video more dedicated as to like really explaining how to dial in and what you're looking for, you know, comment below. I mean, we could do that. You know, most of the people watching here, everybody knows how to do that. So, but I have talked about it in the past, and maybe it's time to revisit some basics. So you guys let me know. Thank you for watching. Please remember to give the video a thumbs up. So this will be a Sunday video. So hopefully I'll have something on Friday for you guys. I try to make some Flair 58 content on Fridays. Check out those videos. And then I also have a vlog channel that posts on Saturdays. The vlog channel is linked to the main page of this channel. If you go to the main page, you should see there my vlog channel, and you can check out some of those vlogs also. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you on the next one.